Hey Capricorn, I'm Daniel Red Wolf, and welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who have been here with me, I'm back. I've definitely taken a couple years off and gone through so many initiations to the point where it's like I don't think I've cried so much in my life as much as I did the last 4 years for sure. Stepping into the role of a teacher to lead ceremonies has definitely been fun. It's been crazy, not gonna lie, but I'm here and this is your June 2023 forecast. I'm looking forward to making the videos every single month for the monthly forecast, as well as expanding to seeing what new moon, full moon, and all whatever basically spirit comes through. I'm going to try to get as much done. I know my schedule has been crazy travel wise and working with clients and teaching, and I'm hoping to start getting more into one-on-ones again, because I definitely had to take a break because my schedule just got way too packed to the point that I had a wait list and I couldn't work with as many people as I wanted to. So, with that being said, I'm so excited to be back as a welcome back offer for those of you who have worked with me, have not worked with me. Go to my website, or in the description below, bodysoulspirit.co, and you can go ahead and schedule a session with me, a one-on-one session with me for half off my regular rate. So it's going to give you an opportunity to really connect with me, to be able to understand what is actually happening in the situation. And every time you have a session with me, it's a friend. We're talking. I will just spill whatever I have that spirit wants to tell you, and I'm going to help you be able to see things from a different lens. So it's going to be a very fun conversation. A lot of times the clients cry, we laugh, we laugh a lot more than cry, but it is definitely a fun time. And definitely visit my website. If you're looking for maybe an astrology reading or an angel reading, definitely reach out to one of our other practitioners. The promo code, however, only works for working with me. So, because everybody else is independent contractors, so they work on their own. They're kind of, that's their own business. They're just part of our collective. So, with that being said, I'm direct, so this is general reading, so it may not resonate with everybody. Go ahead and take what resonates with you and leave everything else on the back burner. It might resonate. Shit. It might resonate with you a little bit later. It might resonate with you years down the line. You just never know. I still will catch some good friends of mine who have done sessions with me for me, and it's not even a session. We're really more in conversation, and stuff they say, I'm like, oh, okay, and it didn't make sense at that moment, but all of a sudden, couple years down the road, it's like, holy crap. Like right now, I was talking talking to a friend of mine, and I was like, fuck. One of my friends was looking at my chart because she really wanted to look at it, and she's like, your stuff is in technology. So I was like, it makes total sense now that I think about it and I actually reflect. And this actually like happened like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago when I got that read. When she looked at my chart, probably like a year and a half ago, or who knows? Time is so not my strong suit. So I'm looking, I'm like, holy crap. I was like, now I understand why I'm getting that push to step back into my YouTube channel to start helping as many people, right? My name, Daniel Red Wolf, even though people call me Dan, it's the role of the teacher, the role of the elder, the role of the leader. So that's really what I'm here for, helping you expand, helping you move forward. So let's get started, Capricorn. Let's see what is happening. But again, I'm going to be very direct. I don't fluff stuff up. Maybe because I'm an Aquarius. Who knows? King of Wands is definitely going to be strong this year. The Strength card is coming up. You have the Six of Wands. I feel like definitely this is going to be wedding, celebration, a birthday. Something's happening. Some type of celebration that you might be celebrating. The Nine of Wands. The Two of Swords. The Three of Wands. The Ace of Cups, and then the Devil card. So right off the bat, I'm going to start with the Ace of Cups. That Ace of Cups is really an opportunity for money to start flowing. For me, that is money starting to flow. That's going to be something's going to start happening in your life. And it's going to be in terms of, how do I even put this? It could be an inheritance. It could be there's a bonus coming, there is going to be something happening. A couple of you, I feel like you might be getting a second job or a side hustle. For a couple of you, there is actually like a side hustle that you really want to start. However, you've been holding on, you've been procrastinating. And I get that because of the Devil card. It's because the Ace of Cups is right next to the Devil card. So that means that you've been holding on to this idea. You've been not wanting to launch whatever it is you do, right? It might be that some of you, I don't even know why I'm getting this image of wanting to make candles, or wanting to make stuff that you can sell on Etsy. Whatever it is, this is the month to begin to really fight with your own self. I really feel like it's your soul and your ego going at it together, right? It happens all the time. Our ego, we want to stay in our safe zone. We want to stay in that space where we feel good and we don't have to worry about it, because the moment we step out of the safe zone, shit happens. Like, people judge us, people criticize us, and it gets crazy. It's uncomfortable. So you have an idea, you have this thing that you want to do. A lot of you, in terms of Capricorn, you've gone through a phase the last couple years because you've had Pluto in your chart, and this is right now Pluto stepped into Aquarius and now it retrograded back. So now it's retrograded back, and now this is the time when you are needing to make that final push to go out with the bang. So finish 2023 with the bang. However, now that Pluto's retrograded, this is time for you, especially with that Ace of Cups. It's get your idea flourishing, get that idea started, get that shit moving. It's got to start taking action, because a lot of times you're holding on to so many ideas, and the universe is saying like, hey, like, we've given you so many ideas because you're wanting more money, you're wanting more opportunities. However, you're not taking those chances for whatever reason. So this is definitely going to be the month for you to take that chance, to step into it, to really get yourself. And again, you might be one-on-one. It might be you're alone, you're solo. People are like, why the heck is he doing this? What the heck is he doing out there? Right? It doesn't matter. It's give people notice, and say, this is what I'm doing, and don't worry. And ultimately the outcome is definitely going to be success. For those of you who have started to step into the arena of really understanding business when it comes to what can I do, how can I expand, take the action, because you're going to start seeing rewards. If you maybe a couple of you guys, maybe you started at the beginning of the year, and definitely June is going to be the month where you're going to finally start reaping the rewards. You're going to start making more sales. You're going to start making more money. But again, it's going to definitely take strength. There are going to be times when you are going to be exhausted, where you're not going to want to do anything. You're going to be like, shit, I just worked an 8, 10, 12-hour day. I don't want to do anything else. I do not want to create those little things to sell on Etsy. I don't want to put my Etsy thing up. I'm just tired. I want to go to bed. Commit to 1 hour. Commit to 1 or 2 hours, right? That's exhausting. I get it, right? After having a long day and having to do videos, or having to work on preparing a class that I'm going to be teaching, or whatever it may be, it's exhausting. However, the moment I get that done, it is the moment of reward. It is like, holy shit, okay, I'm glad I did it. However, it does take discomfort, but you've got to be willing to have the strength to let your ego, to tame that gremlin, and let your soul overpower you, right? And for Capricorns, I feel like some of you might be night owls, where the evening is going to be one of your strongest suit. So for me, what I'm getting for you is that the night might actually be the time when you get the most inspiration, or it could be the time that you do the most work, where there's going to definitely be that time when there's going to be like that, the expansion, the evolution of your soul really happens at night, because that is when all the ideas start coming through. I'm not sure why that's coming through for me with that card, with the Three of Wands, but that is definitely going to be your ideas, your wisdom. That's definitely going to be happening when it comes to that. However, again, because you are working in the night, our Mother Moon is our shadow. Our Mother Moon reminds us, especially in our tradition, in the Purépecha tribe, that we have to be willing to look at our dark side. We have to be willing to that. And there's a lot of different patterns, different things that you're going to start uncovering during the month of June. And it might be really related to your self-worth, to What are you worth? What is your value? I feel like a couple of you guys, you've maybe not have put as much value, right? You haven't taken yourself too seriously, but it's time for you to own up, to say, hey, I am awesome. I am able to do this. In terms of love, moving into love, I feel like there is definitely for singles, I feel like there's a fire sign coming through. It might be actually either an older person, especially with the King of Wands. It can definitely be an older person. It can definitely be someone who's has that older mentality, like the wiser soul, like an old soul. So that's definitely going to be coming into the picture. That's going to be someone who's going to be interested in you, who's going to definitely motivate you, who's going to inspire you. And they actually might be actually bringing in the strength. They might help you uncover your strength, right? Or it might be that you're looking for a teacher as well. And this person's going to help you uncover your strengths, so then you can invite that person in terms of love. Not the therapist or your coach, right? But it's going to invite the person who is actually meant to be in your life, right? So June is going to be a crazy ass month for you, Capricorn. It's going to be a month of transformation. Again, Pluto's coming back into your chart, so you can start to actually take off. And the moment you take off, it's going to be a snowball effect. It's going to be craziness after the next. Craziness in a good way. Don't freak out or anything. There might be, when that happens, when you're starting to actually launch, and actually that just triggered that with this one, when you're actually starting to launch or when you're starting to do something, you're going to start to isolate yourself. The moment you start to isolate yourself, especially I feel more in the month of June, the month of July, it's the moment where you might start battling with other people. Oh, you're too good. You don't have time for me. We used to always hang out, blah, blah, blah. And now you don't even want to, now you don't want to go get coffee. You don't want to go get lunch, whatever it may be. That shit's going to be real. People are going to walk away, and you have to be okay during the month of June to let people walk away, because the moment you let people walk away, if you focus more on people walking away and being upset, it's going to take you a couple steps backwards, right? But if you focus on saying, hey, it's okay, I needed to release those people and I needed to move forward with them out of my life, it's going to be the moment when you're basically telling the universe, I'm making room for the people who actually matter, for the people who are going to be there, who are going to care about me, who are going to kick my ass and are going to support me down this path. So Capricorn, finish 2023 with the bang. You're like, fuck no, let's not go back to 2020, right? But finish 2020 with the bang. And the moment you do that, you're going to definitely start noticing that it's going to be a whirlwind. It's going to be in a freaking amazing time, to the point that you're going to finally start making money. You're going to be able to set yourself up. However, it's going to be moving into that step. So relationships, like I said, some of you actually might be getting married during the month of June. You might get a proposal during the month of June. Something is happening in terms of celebration. I'm also getting white flowers. I'm not sure why that white roses are coming through. If maybe that resonates with someone, but I feel like there's definitely white roses coming through. And I feel like it's maybe someone who's departed, so it might be an anniversary for someone who's departed, and they're actually giving you white roses and saying, hey, I'm watching you. I'm here, even though I might not be here with you during the celebration. I might not be here physically present with you. I am here spiritually, right? So, Chariot, again, this is going to be the month that you're going to definitely take off. Some of you even might be getting a new car. You might get something happening, right? You might end up, what do you call that thing? Transforming your life to the point where you're like, hey, I don't need to take a car. I could just take public transportation. So the way that you get from point A to point B definitely might change. As well as for a couple of you, I feel like, I don't know if you're taking a road trip or you're taking some type of trip. So, and as well with the Chariot, it's, again, you have a white horse, you have a black horse. While you're on this path, whatever path you're on, it's going to involve stepping into your shadow. And I really feel in the next 20 years, for a lot of signs, actually, if not all of the signs, it's going to be in tackling your shadow. We've started the last 3 years tackling our shadow. If you've been doing your shadow work, the next couple years are definitely going to be a breeze, or a lot easier than than if someone who has not done any shadow work. So, again, do the work and you'll be totally fine. Three of Pentacles, here it is. Again, there's an idea this person's trying to do, I don't know what you call that, crochet or do something. It's take your idea, whatever it is you want to start, whatever it is you want to do, take that idea and launch with it. Create an Etsy account, create something with technology, whether a product, whatever it is. But it's about building, because that is what's going to help you make money. Again, some of you are wanting more money to come into your life, but it's going to take action. It's going to take you to do some work to be able, whether it's going to be doing another job, doing or starting your own shop. But it's going to be something where you are going to start generating money starting from June, moving on. Seven of Pentacles. Again, it's validation. It's you've given birth. You're going to give birth to an idea, and it's going to you're going to start reaping the rewards when it comes to this. So definitely, Capricorns, I feel like June 2023 is about what are you going to do to expand your finances, right? The last 20 years with Pluto, you've definitely should have done really well. I feel like of course, there's still bumps on the road that people deal with. However, you got to finish with a bang. And the only way you finish with the bang is by being able to say, hey, this is what I've planted. This is what I've done. So this is now where I'm going to generate my income. Five of Wands. It's going to take a village. It's going to definitely take a moment where you're going to say, do I have the right people together? And not really, it doesn't have to be people in terms of work relationship, in terms of, well, who are the right partners? It might be who are the right friends, who are the right people that are going to call me out of my bullshit, who are the people that are going to say, hey, you know what, I like that idea. You are going to fall, you're going to bust your shit, it's going to be blood, sweat, and tears. However, go for it. I'm going to be here every time you fall. I'm going to be here, and I'm may not be able to take away the pain, but I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to tell you it's going to suck, and you're going to be okay, right? Having that team to be able to support you. One of the other things that's coming up with this card with the Five of Wands is every time I see Wands, for me, that is ego. Yeah, it's going to be opportunities in terms of income or in terms of money, or sometimes even people see this card and they see it's going to be like a battle with family or other people. I feel like it's going to be a battle with your internal self. So shitty first drafts. Anne Lamott says every good writer begins with a shitty first draft. And you're going to be battling with your gremlins. You're going to be battling with your ego. And the quicker you move through that, the quicker you're going to be able to start reaping the rewards of whatever it is you want to manifest. So again, June, success with money, with expansion in terms of business. However, you got to tame your gremlins. You got to tame that ego. You got to really be willing to do the darkness, go into the darkness, right? There's a lot of people that come to see me when it comes to spiritual work, when it comes to shamanic work, because they know that all my life I've been able to control the darkness, and I've stopped actually doing like extractions and depossessions, because yes, doing that work is very rewarding and however, it's very intense. Stepping into the darkness, into that dark side, it is intense. It like shit gets real. Like there are times when I would have done depossessions, and like I am scratched all over in my body the next day, and after doing a session with someone. So yeah, shit's gonna get real with you. Stuff might fall down, and you might feel like the world is gonna cave and the world's gonna end, and you don't want to take action because you're like, oh, or, maybe everything's going so great and you're like, no, I don't want to rock the boat, whatever it is. It's like, if you're willing to take the risk, you're going to be able to reap the rewards. But again, that's going to be the choice that you're going to have to make when it comes to doing this. So final message from your ancestors is from the Ancestor Spirit Oracle card, and that is teach and share. So again, this is the time for you to share what you created and what you're here to share to the world. Some of you, it might be that you're launching a class, an online class. Some of you, it might be that you're launching a membership, or you've been having an idea. You have something to teach, right? You might be like, oh, I'm going to teach how to color, how to draw. I'm going to teach how to do X, Y, and Z, whatever it is. Share that wisdom with other people. It's time for you to share, because the moment you share, that's when you're going to start generating income for you, right? So for me, a lot of my work that I do, it has definitely been one-on-ones, but the majority of my work the last couple years has been teaching and running ceremony. Every time I lead ceremony and teach classes, like shit gets real in those sessions, right? It is a lot of wisdom, a lot of teachings that are coming through. However, the impact that happens at that level is insane. Like I'm like, holy crap, I was able to help 50 people instead of just one, right? And I love doing my one-on-ones, don't get me wrong. However, I know I can make a larger impact every time I'm in a class or anytime I'm teaching, leading a ceremony. I remember I led a ceremony 2 years ago. It was probably like 2 years. Was it like 2 years ago? I think it was probably like 2 years ago. And I was asked, hey, would you be willing to do a ceremony? And I'm like, yeah, sure. A healing circle. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do a healing circle. I'm like, but these are my rules. You set it up and you do all that administrative work. You just tell me the date and I show up. That's as much as I can give you. And that is usually, if someone's like, hey, can you teach a class? You need to do the registrations. You need to do whatever it is. I just show up for the class. That's all I do, right? And because the moment I start doing that, the work starts, and it's already intense things for me. So again, it is by me doing that that I make the most impact for people. All of a sudden, that person who had invited me, and they're like, hey, I'm having a circle. I show up, and like, how many people are coming? And she's like, 50, 60. I'm like, holy smokes. It's going to get real, right? So we were all outside. There was a fire, teaching, song. It was great. It was freaking awesome. And it actually happened like right after Halloween, which was freaking amazing. So again, whatever you want to teach, it's time for you to start teaching to the masses. It's time for you to start sharing that. And of course, one of the biggest things you want to remind yourself, you are never too old to teach, or you're never too young to teach. Whatever it is, you always, whatever you have, this is your moment it's coming up now, because your soul is saying, hey, it's time for you to do this. This is what you're meant to do, right? I see people start a membership site at a later age in their life when they're in retirement. I'm like, go for it. Like, do it, right? There's a reason why you're being called for it, right? But we just have this mentality, maybe that you might have a mentality of, it's past my prime. I don't want to, there's no need for it. Whatever that shit is. Whatever crap is coming up in terms of that, let that crap go. Move on. So, other than that, I think Capricorn, I think that's all the messages I've got for you. Again, take the time to really reflect on what it is you want to do and go from there. Take action. It's like skydiving. You don't want to jump out of that plane, but damn, the moment you do is like, holy crap, you're scared for a couple seconds and the rest is amazing. So, Capricorn, so excited that you're here, that you were able to watch this live reading for June 2023. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment if it resonated with you. And again, if some things don't resonate with you, leave it on the back burner. It's totally fine. I look forward to seeing you in July. And if you're called to work with me one-on-one, you want a little bit more in depth of what's happening in your personal life or in your life, definitely reach out to me. Schedule a session below. Definitely take advantage of the 50% off. That is valid till the end of June. So I'm looking forward to working with you, and I can't wait to see you next month. Take care.